Right, what am I doing? So, day in the life of the Vogues, behind the scenes, take 1, or take 500. I want to measure out some grammage of yeast. And I had a little measuring little dish. There we go. So I want
So what was it, 3 hours spent in hair and makeup this morning?
3 hours in makeup, and of course I've had to get my hair styled.
Especially permed.
Especially permed,
So
I mean hours.
It's called the dreadlock perm, isn't it?
It is, and it is a nightmare of perms. I'm going to put about, I can't remember, it's 10 or 11 grams now, but I'm going to put 10 grams in, and that's hedging my bets. It's either 9 or 10. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, so that's my yeast. That's hot water. That's very hot water, isn't it?
Should be.
Yeah.
Not as hot as it come off the Essie, but...
No, but what I actually need... So I'm just setting up this shot, which I should take in a minute, but I just want to make sure I measure the water correctly.
You don't want to
Yeah, that's very hot.
measure your...
So I only want about 100 grams of water. So I mix up the yeast. But I've just got to get this the right temperature. That's about the right temperature.
You know the silly thing?
Mm.
Some lovely person, good friend of mine, has lent me a phone gimbal to use, and if I'd thought about it, I'd have brought it and tried it out right now.
Oh yeah, the phone gimbal would have been perfect.
You would have.
But never mind. Right, so there's 100 grams, I need 200 grams later, so there's 300 grams of water in total. There's 10 grams of that, and I need a spoon of sugar.
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine.
So a flat one of them, I think. I can't remember, I'm making this up. Right, so first shot is what's over here. Not the first shot, but you know. So something like that. And I turned this down, didn't I? Turn it back up again now.
Another light over here, look. Ooh.
Right, well this is 11 now, so that would be alright. Okay. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to pour the water in, and then I'm going to sprinkle the things in, and then I'm going to add the sugar, all in the one shot. And you can't really see me, but just in case, there's a police car there. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got my measuring jug. I've weighed out about 11 grams of yeast, which I'm just sprinkling in there. Most of it went in there. And with some warm water, 100 grams of warm water, I'm going to plonk that in here and whisk it up, or mix it as much as I can, just to get the yeast running. Now I know there'll be tons of people who make bread all the time and will be going, oh my god, this isn't the way you do it. To that, in order to get the yeast working, I'm going to add a flat spoon, that's probably a bit much, of sugar, and mix that in. And I'm going to leave this for approximately 10 to 20 minutes, by which time I should be ready with the flour. Let me give that a bit more of a whisk. I've weighed out about 11 grams of yeast, which I'm just sprinkling in there. Most of it went in there. And with some warm water, 100 grams of warm water, I'm going to plop that in here and whisk it up, or mix it as much as I can. Probably all I need. I'm aware that I
Couldn't pour it.
I couldn't see it once I'd. Oh yeah. That's cool. That'll edit in the two.
I can't hold it as still as the other one. Yeah. See the song and dance it's making.
It was slowly, in about 20 minutes, it'll foam up. Right, so.
A needle pulling thread.
Absolutely. So 200 grams to go back in there. Right, so I need to set the camera back over here where you are.
Backing up. Backing up. Out of the way. Try and catching the action of what goes on behind the scenes.
Something like that. Right, so I'm going to put this and place it over there, and we don't need this, and I'm going to throw it over there, and then we're going to measure out 500 grams of, and I don't need the sugar, so we're going to shove the sugar. This is cheat these a bit. I'm going to shove the sugar over there. We won't need to see the spoon. Don't need to see that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, how are we doing light line? Something like that, I think. And I need to tilt the camera up a bit. There's a constant checking of everything, the lighting and the position of the camera.
Focus.
And sometimes I just do a test run. See, that's the edge of frame up there, and my wig will be up here.
Is everything correct, dance?
It's the
bobbing of the head, and the waving of the arms, the toing and froing.
Right, okay, and then I'm going to place it over here, which is our shot. Just double check that again. We'll move over there a bit. Right, let's try, see what happens. Okay, so we're going to put that over there. We're going to throw that over there. I'm going to put that on there. We're going to measure out the flour, which, to make it easy, I've already cut that. Yeah, that spoon can go over. No, the sugar's going over there. That spoon can go over there. That's cool. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So that's going to take a little bit of time. So very carefully, I'm going to plonk that over there. Don't need that. Just throw that out of the way. Don't need that for the moment. But what we do need is our mixing bowl. Turn on the thingamajig. Now the great thing about these electronic things is I want to zero up on the mixing bowl so that anything that goes in the mixing bowl is the correct thing. And there we go. Sometimes it has a bit of a hissy fit, and it wasn't. So I want 500 grams of this Emma Flour Ancient Grain. Never tried this before. This is the whole grain. So I'm going to, oh, it's a lovely colour. I'm going to sprinkle that in. Like that. And I'm going to cut there because I need to get a shot of it sprinkling in. So
this is where it gets tricky, isn't it?
This is where it gets tricky because that tripod is set to go back to the master shot, but because I'm not using two cameras, I'm only going to use the same camera but lots of times. So I've got to remember the setting, which is 6.3 and 800. Take that off a minute. Lift that up a fraction. I want to see inside the bowl. And there it is. Okay. So if I'm here, you can't see me. Can't see my head. That's still at 101 degrees, whatever it is. So we'll shut that on. Plenty of it. So that was that cutting. Oops, sorry, we'll come back to this shot. I haven't. Have I changed anything? I have actually. I've moved that. Oh, bollocks.
Language, Timothy.
Language, Timothy. It was 6.3, wasn't it? Yeah, 6.3. Back to this shot. Somewhere there. I can't remember the lens. 496. That's not wide enough.
It's really helpful when you have someone actually helping too, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so finished this 100 grams yeast salt. Yes, the salt is the next thing. So let's get to the end of this bit. Right, here we go. So there we are, we're nearly there. Got to be just a bit careful. It's a lovely light coloured brown because it's obviously the whole grain. So this is half a bag I'm putting in. If I've got this right, because 500 grams is half a thing. So nearly there. There we go. But marvellous. So there should in theory be 500 grams back in there. And I can prove that by removing the bowl, zeroing this, and putting the bag on it. Just coming to a point where we're going to film the results of having kneaded the bread. Whoa. The dough rather. We needed the dough. We don't need the bread, do you? Well, you do need the bread to eat, but not anyway. Doesn't matter.
But you don't knead it with your hands like this.
Exactly. So we're just getting to the last bit here where instead of proving it for 12 hours, I'm actually going to put it in the tin ready, and then when it's risen in about 2 hours, it's going straight in the oven. So this is cutting out one of the processes that some people do, and I'm going to do it for this video we're making. But
royal we.
Yeah.
on this occasion.
The we of the Bald Explorer and his wig. Right.
So I guess this is not what you meant when you said you wanted to make lots of dough, right?
Yeah. This is, I like making some dough, but I'd like to make a lot of dough, well, enough dough to buy the land.
The land.
So I can work it with my hand.
Your hand.
Don't you understand?
We understand.
Right, I need you to get back on the camera now.
I do.
So, this is half a bag I'm putting in. I've got this right.
I think we've seen enough.